Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel. You might have noticed a very big difference already. We are not playing in ultra-wide anymore. At least, not for now. The recording software has not been handling the recording very well at all. It's been pretty bad. So, we have dropped these settings substantially. Hopefully that fixes the issue and we can get these videos out, but we'll see. Only way to know is to test. Ah, there you are, says Sarah. Seems like everything's going smoothly with the student council. For the most part, yeah. Glad to hear it. I'm almost finished with another day's boring paperwork here. Want to skip this joint and head into town? You can treat me to a couple beers for being such a dedicated teacher. Yeah, for some reason I see the school frowning upon that. You never cease to entertain, Reen. So, Nightheart, let it slip that he gave you guys some kind of special training last month. Wait, what are you... Oh, you must mean those swimming lessons. Exactly. I'd been pretty pleased at how much all the guys have been improving their times. And then boom, I find out that it's all because of Nightheart's meddling. I'm still fuming. Do you know how much crow I was eating when he bragged right to my face breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What's the deal with those two? It's like they're locked in some mortal struggle to outdo each other. Well, if that's how he wants to play it, the gloves are coming off. I'm going to hold special girls-only lessons. And you're just the man who's going to help me out. But you just said it was girls only? Oh, but I need you, Reen. I need you to tell me all the juicy details about what Nightheart's been drilling you on. So you're free right now, right? I almost regret saying it, but I am. Splendid! Let's tear off our clothes and get into our swimming suits. Go gather up all the girls and tell them to meet me at the gymnasium. Oh, poor Reen. So, what sort of training will we be doing here? It hasn't escaped my notice that only us girls are here too. What sort of training indeed? I'm more worried about the wandering gaze of a certain boy in our midst. Well, things happen. Listen up. Instructor Reen here is gonna tell us all about the secret training Nightheart decided to give the guys. Did you know he actually held a special workshop just for them? Doesn't it burn you up that none of you were included? No, really. Knowing him, it was probably just needless exertion. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. He seems like the kind of guy who likes boring monologues and macho training sessions and that sort of stuff. Wow, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Alright, let's start with this so-called manway method of his. What does that involve exactly? Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool. The general idea behind the manway method is that people put more effort into things when they can beat other people at them. First up, we'll have Reen the Mean Machine show us how it's done. Go ahead and choose who you want to square off with. You know, just Reen is fine, really. Okay, I'm stuck here anyway, might as well make the most of it. We will challenge Laura, because, of course. You're a great swimmer, Laura. Would you mind going first? I'd been hoping for the opportunity to have a proper match with you. I accept. Oh, do I smell the flames of competition? Let's throw some fuel on that fire. Only friendly competition. Ready, and go! Yes. We must beat her. We must win. For the Manway method. Woohoo! Reen for the win. Unbelievable. I never realized you were this strong of a swimmer, Reen. It must have been a fluke. I've seen you swim before. On your good days, you'd leave me eating your wake. Fluke or no, you scored a win on that one. Anyway, get back over here. We're not done yet. Not even close. So, what did Nightheart have you do after this? Well, the first part was having us all go head-to-head like we did just now. After that, he pushed us to our limits, swimming the length of the pool, just 30 seconds of rest between laps. In terms of distance, I'll bet we ended up swimming well over 5,000 arch. That's crazy. Now that's what I call a long-distance swim. That sounds about right for a regular training session. Maybe for you, Laura. The distance doesn't really bother me, but I don't want to do some boring laps back and forth. But I don't just want to swim laps back and forth. Wow. Boring. How about we play tag? Oh? I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Sounds fun. I'm not opposed to the idea. Yeah, I just hope a certain someone doesn't use fun in games as an excuse to get all grabby. Relax, this is me you're talking about, not Crow. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, looks like everyone's up for a rousing game of tag. Woohoo! I'll be it first. And that was how a grueling training session developed into pool games. Unfortunately for poor Reen, his hands did end up in the wrong place at the wrong time once or twice, earning him everlasting shame. However, he nobly persevered, and so it was that their novel training day came to an end. Quest Swimming Lessons Mark II completed. Received a Zerum capsule as thanks. Nice. And that leaves only one task for us to accomplish now. And that task is the old schoolhouse. Every time I'm in this part of the game, I feel like I have to whisper. It's so quiet. But it's really weird playing not ultra wide. This is really weird, guys. I don't think I've ever played this game on anything other than an ultra wide. The front doors are locked. Once I start exploring the old schoolhouse, I doubt I'll have time for anything else today. Should I just head on in? After you finish exploring the old schoolhouse, the time of day will advance to evening. As a result, all daytime bonding events and quests will expire. Use the old schoolhouse key. Alright, time to send out the call. I promised I'd take Crow and Milliam with me this time, but who else should I invite? Another thing to mention here is I did turn the field of view down. Because since we're in 1080p and playing on a smaller display, essentially, I figured a massive field of view might be more annoying than helpful. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Huh, so this is what it looks like inside. And you say weird stuff happens in here every month? Yeah, just like I told you yesterday. This will be our 5th trip in, but we have no more of an idea what we might find down here than you do. Yeah, there's no telling what could happen, especially after last month. True, that red door really threw me for a loop. That hulking armor put Reen's sister in jeopardy as well. Yeah, I'm just glad she was alright. Huh? Nobody told me about that. Anyway, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the house. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, I'll cover you if things get rough down there. Haha, chances are I'll need it. Alright, let's go. Alright, yeah, let's go. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head this entire time. Whoops. The 5th floor lit up on the display. I guess that means we should be able to descend to the next level now. Oh, let me see. What sort of mechanism do you think is at work here? Huh? What's wrong, Short Stack? Something bugging you? Well... sorry, I have no clue how this thing works. Would you stop being such a tease? Anyway, let's head on down. We've come this far, might as well see what this new floor has in store for us. Ah, yeah, let me get a piece of that action. To floor 5, we shall go. Elevator suddenly drops, plunging everybody to their untimely deaths. Old schoolhouse, 5F. So this is floor 5. Seems so. There's a strange sort of presence lingering in the air here too. The strange wind seems to suggest the higher elements are active here. I suspected as much. Huh. So, it's the same as the ancient quarry back in Nord. That's so cool you can sense stuff like that though. Know what's even cooler? Being able to control that giant silver thing you've got. Good point. Really? Lammy! It is freaking huge. Alright, let's get we've got some exploring to do. You guys leave this to me and Lammy. We'll smash through anything. We're counting on you then. This is a good chance to get used to fighting together. Maybe even try out some combat links. Yay! Haha, even this dank old place can't suppress Milliam's enthusiasm. Hey, it's better than having everyone on edge, ready to jump at anything, right? Anyway, I'm ready to roll. Alright, careful down here, everyone. Yes! Careful, everyone. It's not like we're...
Let's go!
way above level for this area. I mean, Crow's freaking max level. Look at that! Level 99. I had no idea I maxed out his level. That's freaking ridiculous. Okay, no big conspiracies or theories or anything like that to go over this time around. I did, however, think I could do a more coherent explanation and overview of the Bracer Guild. Nothing in the Bracer Guild is
that a treasure chest?
really spoiler to the events of the Trails of Cold Steel universe, and because they obviously assume that you played the Trails in the Sky games prior, it takes a very long time to learn any substantial amount of information about the Bracer Guild. So, for context reasons, I decided to do a more coherent, and by coherent I mean reading off of the online wiki about the Bracers. So, let's go ahead and get into it. The Bracer Guild is a non-governmental organization acting to keep the peace and protect civilians wherever its numerous and continent-spanning branches reach. Their members are known as Bracers. Now, Bracers comes from their slogan, which is the supporting gauntlet. The background. Bracer Guild was founded in Septian calendar 1152 in Le Mans State. That is like 52, 53 years ago, same time as the Orbital Revolution. Before they were united in a continent-spanning guild, Bracers are said to have been active as early as the Middle Ages. Middle Ages being 250 years ago, War of the Lions, all that kind of stuff. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods.
My turn.
The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages their affairs of the Bracers in each region. Although they do not necessarily have the skills to take part in active field work, the Guild also recruits capable individuals to work as receptionists at their branches across the continent. So they have people that are good with the investigations and the monsters extermination and all that type of stuff. And they also have people that are good with political side of things, keep maintaining relations with the region, doing paperwork, taking quests, completing quests, assigning quests, strategizing, etc., etc. So they have a pretty well-rounded group of people.
My turn.
Due to its international and neutral nature, it often mediates between disputing powers. It even played a role in ending the 100 Days War. I cannot talk today. The 100 Days War and several other large-scale incidents in West Zemeria. However, as a consequence of the various roles the Bracer Guild is required to fulfill, it is often short-handed. Although bracers are usually registered with specific branches, they may request transfers to other branches. Even if those branches are operational in other countries, it is common practice for bracers that are short on manpower to receive additional assistance from temporarily transferred bracers from other countries. So, very similar to how Group A and B are split up in Class 7. Really good example of the smaller scale would be our field exercises in Heimdall. One branch covered the west side, the other branch covered the east side. They can transfer between, bracers can transfer between, but that building, the region that building is set to cover, is the region that those bracers cover. It's very similar to how precincts are set up for police officers in states. Anyway, the Guild Code. Furthermore, the Bracer Guild has a long-standing policy of non-intervention when it comes to a nation's military. As stated in Article 3 of Guild Code, bracers are and non-involvement in military or political matters. A bracer will recognize a nation's sovereignty and may not interfere with nor arrest any person or national military or political standing. However, Trails in the Sky First chapter, the first game in the series, revealed, however, that there exists a loophole in the aforementioned policy, as Article 2 of the Guild Code states, bracers and their duty to people. In the event of unjust impairment of civilians, the bracer's sworn duty is to bear the responsibility for the citizens' safety.
Huh? There's more to go?
So, summing that up, if citizens' lives are at risk, then the bracers will step in regardless of the consequences. So if they have to arrest a political official because they are strong-arming the citizens and risking the lives of the citizens, then they will step in and face whatever consequences come from that. Those are situations that are few and far between. There was one situation of that in the Trails in the Sky series, which we will see when we get to those games eventually. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information we have about the bracers. Personally, I think it's pretty interesting, that little tidbit about them existing in the Middle Ages. That's a very interesting thing to me, contextually. So maybe keep that in the back of our minds and see if we can see any signs of that throughout these games. Yeah. Anyway, pretty sure that's all I had on that. So let's go ahead and fight this boss monster. Yeah. So this is take 4 of fighting this boss, because the first time I fought it, the recording was complete trash and I had to scrap the whole thing and do it again the next day, aka today. The second time, my graphics drivers crashed as soon as I got to this area and had to redo it. The third time, I realized I forgot to battlescope the boss and had to redo it. The fourth time, I realized this recording was corrupted and OBS did not save the recording at all. So, here we are again, fighting this boss for the 4th time. Hopefully, the adage, 3rd time's a charm, is wrong, and it's really the 4th time's the charm. It's a different monster than last time, isn't it?
This one's nasty. Watch out.
Not as nasty as your face. Ha ha ha. Battle scope.
Here.
I remembered this time. Uncerter. A giant beast with a body covered in ice freezes all with frigid blizzards.
Go.
Okay, Crow first. Millium second. Lore third. Reen last. I'm pretty sure we've seen Crow's S-Craft before. Back when Reen's sister got stuck in the old schoolhouse. I don't think we've seen Milliam's yet, because I don't think it let us use hers back in Nord.
Come on, Lammy!
Stop! Hammer time! Down, 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 down. I know, my puns are terrible.
Behold the might of the Arcade School! Radiant Blade Dance!
She knocked it out! Holy crap!
Azure Flames, gather on my blade! Strike!
Good job, guys. You defeated it. Unscathed, I might add.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Yeah. Safe for now it is. Phew, glad that's over. Man, I wasn't expecting something like that to just pop up out of nowhere. But I didn't have any trouble linking with my Arcus, so I'd call this field test a rousing success. Maybe it's because I've got Lammy, but it didn't seem all that tough. Your assistance was invaluable. Glad to have you along. Still, it hasn't escaped my notice that each floor's guardian seems more powerful than the last. We'll need to be properly equipped if we intend to venture further. Oh, I agree. Still, there's no tremor this time. Huh? What tremor? I seem to recall that strange red door showing up after the tremor last month. Huh? Really? Doesn't seem like anything's happening this time, though. Well, we're sitting here looking at a dead end, so let's get out of here already. I'm getting hungry. Haha, yeah. It's probably evening by now. Let's head out then. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that looks different, just in case. The exploration party's bonds have been strengthened. Level up. Lore and Milliam reached link level 3. And to the surface we shall go. My hour and a half of recording this 30-minute episode. So it goes sometimes. I intended on doing a couple episodes this time around, but alas, I was unable to. To the service! I was like, where's floor 5? But that's because we're on floor 5. We can't take the elevator to floor 5 if you're already at floor 5. Jeez. To the outside. Nothing looks different. Everything's unchanged. We shall end our investigation for this month. Huh. It sure got cloudy while we were in there. Looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, it looks like a storm's coming on the way. So Sharon's hunch turned out to be true after all. At this point, I shouldn't even be surprised. Still, that was surprisingly normal for this place. Nothing like that red door this time. Yes, it was a very anticlimactic delve into the old schoolhouse, wasn't it? Yeah, I kept looking on our way back just to be sure, but nothing really looked too conspicuous. Maybe there's another piece of internal logic to the old schoolhouse that caused the door and that suit of armor to appeal. Yes, it appealed to people entering the schoolhouse all the time. It seems likely. Actually, that reminds me of something George said the other day. After all the time he's spent with it, he still doesn't understand how that thing was able to move in the first place. So even George... Yeah, whatever technology was used to make that armor, he's not seen anything like it. And if George can't make heads or tails of it, it must be nothing else out there. Huh, sounds kind of like Lammy. Even I don't know how he moves around. Not that I sense any pressing concern on your part about that. Whoops, I guess we stood around chatting for too long. We'd better head back before we get hit with a full shower. I'm with you. Alright, we'll leave the rest to you, fearless leader. Why do people keep thinking I'm some kind of a leader? Some kind of leader you are not, Reen. The leader you are. So this is the place Gramps was talking about, huh? It does seem like there's got to be something here, but I don't think force alone is going to cut it. Milliam? Sorry, coming. The Old Schoolhouse Mystery 5 completed. Received Silver Bell as a reward. 1 additional bonding point, and by 1 I mean 3, which are Toa, Machias, and Fee. Alright, we will get to those next time in Shenanaguy. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.